So next up, we're going to be checking out the Fat Files, the Fat Electrician, covering Craigslist, the most important website ever. This is a title. It is the most title of titles I've ever heard titled. And it's making a lot of claims, all of which I'm terrified by because I have seen just enough from him to realize he doesn't cover happy stories most of the time. So there is a 1 in 5 chance that I will be okay with this and I'm not going to leave here scarred. I'm not a betting man, because with my luck, I know how that would go. So I know where we're going with this. Oh God. Let's find out how right I am.
You read the title? No, I'm not kidding. I'm going to prove it to you.
It's a big title to pull off.
Today we're talking about the most important website ever created and one of the most ethically ran businesses on the face of the earth.
Seriously? I misheard that.
Site ever created and one of the most ethically ran businesses on the face of the earth. Craigslist.
I'm sorry, what?
Okay,
I mean, Google as the joke I get, but okay, Craigslist. Considering some of what I've heard happen on that website, I have so many questions. Also being told his Waffle House story was happy. Tutor, I will see that when I believe it.
look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Usually this is part of the video where I have like a cool hook or a cool statistic that pulls you into the story and makes you want to know more, so you sit through my ad and then continue watching the video. I don't have that. It's just gonna be unhinged the entire time. So let's get the ad out of the way.
Delete me. What's this?
It's the new Mustang Arms Chesty AR-15. It's awesome.
That's a
Is it
gun.
named after me?
No, but it should be.
But what's this?
This is the world's largest commercially sold zip tie that I got drunk and bought one night.
I'm going to say something really weird, but I'm kind of having zip tie envy. I don't know what I would use that for, but I kind of want it. It makes no sense. If you ever tighten it too much, you have to cut it out. And I have no idea if I have scissors or anything strong enough to cut through that. And it's absolutely ridiculous and completely useless. But at the same time, oh, I kind of want it just for the sheer what the fuck of it.
What? All right, you guys know the deal. Delete me. Online subscription model.
Yeah. We'll skip through the ad, but I just wanted to see whatever the hell that was.
Me to talk about them below, and I went on the video. Okay, full disclosure, was not planning on making this video. I needed to buy a couch, and I went on Craigslist to do it. Buh! I thought you were a big YouTuber, and big YouTubers make a bunch of money. Why can't you just buy a new couch? Buh!
Have you seen how much couches cost? Fuck that, no. No, I went into a cheap store and was like, okay, so you want something that you and your wife can sit on. How many zeros is appropriate? Seriously, like, when we were moving in, we got a couch that was damaged for like, I think it was that and pillows and a dining room set for $1,000. We got lucky because all of it was damaged. If it wasn't damaged, the exact same stuff would have been like $9,000. No. And that's before inflation kicked in for the last few years. So I don't want to know what the prices are right now.
Because I wanted to blow this one up with Tannerite, and buying a new couch didn't seem financially responsible, okay? Quit interrupting my story. Anyway.
I mean, there's a reason I've looked at cardboard as most of my furniture when I wasn't married. And I kind of missed that option because it did actually work. It does hold itself together.
I need a couch. I go to Craigslist. Seems like a normal thing to do. I'm scrolling through Craigslist, and then it dawns on me, this website has not changed in my entire life. I've been perusing Craigslist since I was in middle school. Nothing about this website has changed whatsoever. And then the voice in the back of my head is like, how the fuck does Craigslist make money? I mean, think.
Do they? Does it make money? I thought it was just a bunch of people hosting it because funsies.
About it. I've never seen a single like targeted ad, like, you know, you get ads on my YouTube videos, you get ads on Facebook, Instagram. They don't have that. There's never been the pop-up being like, hey, give me your email and your personal information and save 10% off your next purchase. They're not selling my personal information. They've never made me pay to use the site. They've never asked me for anything. How are they making money? And
see, I don't use Craigslist that much. I've looked at it a few times, but I've never actually used it. It doesn't do any of that. But Is it just like some rich guy's passion project at this point?
First, I start thinking maybe it's like a public service type thing, you know, like Wikipedia. Like maybe some people donate just to keep the website up and running.
I mean, how much is always up for debate, and
At which point I'm like, maybe I should donate to Craigslist. I've been using it enough. I probably do owe them a little bit of money to keep the site running, you know, pay it forward, if you will. So then I Google it. How much money does Craigslist make? They make anywhere between $300 million and $1 billion a year, and they only have 50 employees and an 80% profit margin, okay?
80%. I'm sorry. Now, maybe this is because I'm not good at business, but that seems like a lot. Also, Croc, you have a lot of cardboard storage boxes as extra storage? Yeah. I meant as a desk table. Like, my nightstand table was a moving box for about 5 years. My wife did not like that.
That's like $16 million generated per employee of profit. At this point, I'm like, oh, they're fucking up to something sinister. I'm going to figure out what it is. So
Either that or I need to get a job at Craigslist.
I started looking into it, and boy, was I wrong, because it became very apparent to me very quickly that if Craig Newmark, like Craigslist,
Oh. That's actually his name. This shouldn't be a surprise to me. It's literally right in the title, but for some reason, I thought it was some other reference to something. It's like Megan's List. Technically, it's named after a person, but you don't want to know the reason. I was expecting it's just some kind of inside dark joke that everyone forgot. Apparently, just the guy's name. That's not bad. Also, you can pull off that hat. I can't do that. I'm kind of jealous.
Craig, and the CEO, Jim Buckmaster.
God damn. Maybe it's the framing because we're looking up, but that guy is pretty large.
Wanted to be evil tech overlord trillionaires, they absolutely could have been. Okay, and this is why it's the most important website in the history of the world, all right? If you're a normal person doing normal people things on the internet, almost every website and every service you use online is a single idea that was ripped off from Craigslist and then over-monetized and used to exploit you to make billions of dollars. And if Craigslist wanted to do it first, they absolutely could have. And the only reason they didn't is because they looked around and they're like, I mean, we're making hundreds of millions of dollars and we're not screwing over literally anybody. What if we just keep doing that? And that's what they did. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're just going to take it from the top. 1995, Craig Newmark, the guy.
Oh, it's that old. Oh, shit. This is 95 era. That does explain why I've known her for so long, but I didn't realize it was that old. Dear God. Also, Tensi, in a lot of business, 10 to 20% is a lot of profit margin. Okay, so it's not just me. This is a massively profitable company.
That founded Craigslist is living.
Ooh, also, Bill, if you find the video about job titles that have changed, I would love to check that out regardless.
In San Francisco, he's a super nerdy dude, like pocket protector, glasses with the tape, nerdy. He's computer
I had to do that recently. Not this pair, but right before. They did break horribly.
savvy, not that great at making friends. So he made an email list for his like local San Francisco area where he would just blast out an email for all kinds of different social events like art viewings or tech meetups or whatever. Any social event that you wanted to promote, you could send it to Craig and he would blast it out to all of his followers on this email list that would affectionately become known as Craig's List.
He said it! He said it!
And he pretty much just did this to help him and other people go out and meet and make friends. And he's just like doing this on his own free time. He's still working a full-time job managing this massive email list. And by 1996, it becomes too much. So he makes Craigslist as we know it today, the website where he basically...
Wait. So the website was explicitly made because that was easier than email. Engineers, man, that is not where my mind would go on this thing, but okay, sure.
Allows people to just upload all the details of their current event, and everybody knows they can go to Craigslist.com and they can look up all the different social events themselves. So he's one of the first, if not the first website to allow users to create posts to promote their social events to get people to interact with each other, which arguably makes it the first social media ever.
You know what? Fuck Facebook. I'm fine with this. This is a perfectly valid option. I'm okay with everything about this.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
And it's the purest form of social media. Here's the plan. You come to my platform, you meet people, you leave my platform, you go meet the people in real life. Okay, then Facebook, Meta, X, Instagram, all these other social medias took that concept of like, oh, people are interacting, people are talking online, but then if they leave the platform, I can't make hundreds of billions of dollars and become an evil tech overlord. How can we make more money off of this? Oh,
how do they make money? Like, he's talked about them being generally kind of not horrible. I'm kind of stuck on this because the profit margins we got there are bullshit. Like, that's kind of the profit margin I have on YouTube, except no, I don't, because I still have to pay for, I mean, technically the house is just where that's technically separate, but the internet alone, Comcast. So yeah.
Well, I know. We'll convince them to never, ever leave the platform. We're going to get them to come on our platform and just spend hours a day staring at a screen.
Oh, he's describing YouTube, isn't he?
Looking at what other people are fucking doing and have no desire to actually go out and do shit themselves. That way we can...
Ha! Joke's on you! I was already doing that with books well before YouTube came up.
Sell hyper-targeted ads and make hundreds of billions of dollars.
Straight down the middle.
Meanwhile...
No hook, no spin, no fuss. Anything more, and this becomes figure skating.
Okay, I wasn't exaggerating when I said it earlier. Every website that you use on the internet is an idea that was ripped off from Craigslist and then used to exploit you to make a ton of money. So...
Wait, did Craigslist actually have videos? Okay, that's different.
1996, Craigslist is up. It's pretty much being used to promote social events, and then people start uploading other things on there, like job openings or resumes, and they're like helping people find employment. And
oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense, because I always thought Craigslist as the place you go when you're either selling something or yourself for a job. As fucked up as that is, take that how you want. But no, apparently that came as a secondary advantage. It was, like he said, it started as meetups for just local hangouts. I guess like what Nextdoor is now. I'm saying that as someone who has never used that, will never use that, and is perfectly all right not knowing who my neighbors are. Mostly because that would acknowledge that even though they have introduced myself and they've been lovely individuals, every time I've talked to them, I cannot remember names to save my life, and it's incredibly embarrassing, so I don't want to ask them. Because I would have to acknowledge that even though I've known them for literally years, I don't actually remember their name. And I know they remember mine because they say hi regularly. We're not going to do that because that would be embarrassing. It's a good thing I never do anything embarrassing. Thank you for this distraction cast. I appreciate it right now. Social media platforms make money through internal advertising and selling customer data to advertisers. Yeah, that's YouTube's basic thing. AdSense, the videos you see, the ads you get, that's where they're going right there. Also, Bill, we should use mythological terms in programming and IT. It would make it sound more awesome. Yeah, but can you imagine when corporate wants us to pick a different mythological term? Okay. It would go really weird really fast. It's like the Ulysses Protocol makes you do a thing, then another thing. I don't know what this accent is, but I'm going to keep doing it. Yeah. And most data is sold to ad agencies, but also to other companies. They want to use data for other purposes, like AI companies nowadays. Yep. And YouTube just saying all your stuff belonged to us is still not even the most predatory one.
And Craig is like, oh, well, that seems like a good thing. But also he's getting so much traffic that he can't afford to keep this website running much longer because he has to operate all these servers because he's getting all these hits on his website. So he has to figure out a way to make at least a little bit of money. So what he does is whenever you want to post a job opening, he's going to charge you anywhere from $5 to $75 to post your job listing on his website.
That is a lot, like $5 for a job listing. Okay, sure. $75 would mean there's almost no scammers left unless they're very successful.
If you're a multi-million-dollar company looking for, you know, a hedge fund investor or a doctor, he's going to charge you $75.
Do hedge funds advertise on Craigslist now?
$5. If you're a small home-owned business, if you're like the local hardware store, he's going to charge you $5 to help you find a new cashier. It's like the most straightforward, honest way to go about business on the internet imaginable. And then you get companies like Indeed and Glassdoor that took that idea and made it way fucking worse. Craig's plan: give me $5, I'll post your job listing. If people are interested, they'll get a hold of you. You can interview them. If you hire them, great. Companies like Indeed and Glassdoor, okay, we're going to take Craigslist's idea. We're going to charge way more than $5 to post a job listing.
Oh, those are also paid. See, that's the part I didn't know. I know of Glassdoor. I know of Indeed. I also know that I do not use them because Indeed specifically is just covered in scams. I guess it makes sense that that's how they would make money, by charging the people posting. As someone who has never used it as anything other than an employee, not the employer, I didn't know they were paid like that way specifically. So kind of makes sense in hindsight.
It's actually going to be bidding. So whichever job just is willing to pay the most, they're going to be listed at the top. Or we'll
per click model starting at roughly 5 to 150. I mean, this is the AI overview, but per click, God, that is... There are per-click ads like that on YouTube. It's the small ones you see at the bottom of the screen sometimes. And if you click on them, a YouTuber notices it because their bottom line for that month does change because no one clicks on them. In fact, so few people click on them that they're terrible as far as advertising goes, money-wise. But if you happen to get the right person with the right ad and they click on it and they buy something, a significant proportion of a purchase goes to you. It's happened to me literally once. I know exactly what it was because my mom bought a candle apparently because it was advertised to her and she told me about it because she got it off an ad from one of my channels. And I have no idea why that was a thing. And I absolutely hated that candle. I know which one it was. It was just like made my sinuses. But yeah, no, that was a thing. That is a lot of money all the same, though, especially years ago, like early 2000s, probably. If not even earlier.
The employer has to pay per click. But we're also just going to amass and collect millions and millions of resumes and credentials from potential employees, and then we're going to use that data and sell it to massive employers.
But they didn't do that.
That way, if we get data that shows, like, I don't know, people with master's degrees are willing to work for a job that only pays $19 an hour,
it wasn't $19. It was lower.
we're going to be able to turn around and sell that information to these massive employers.
Yep.
That way they know how little they can pay people, and we're actually going to be able to make a ton of money by selling this information to that employer, and that massive employer is going to be able to underpay a ton of people, driving down wages across the entire country. And the best part is like half the job listings don't even actually exist, or they're ghost listings that have already been filled internally, but we're not going to tell anybody that, so they still give us all our personal information.
Oh, and then there's the new one where they're training AIs off the listing. So you apply, you do the interview. It's an AI interview, taking data for your human responses to see how good it is. You're not actually getting a job. There was never a job. They're just doing this to waste your time because you're training the AI for free. You're welcome.
So we can turn around and exploit people that are looking for work by selling their personal data.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'm telling you, whatever you do on the internet, Craigslist did it first.
Wait a minute, why did you create that guy?
I didn't.
Anyways, the website just keeps growing. Eventually, he's got to start hiring people to help him. He ends up having 9 employees working out of his apartment to run this website. And it just keeps growing. People start posting more shit. Pretty soon, people are posting rental houses that are available or houses that they're trying to sell. Again,
seriously? Do I need to just pull up Craigslist now and see what kind of crazy shit they sell?
Same, super straightforward business model. Give me $5, we'll throw your house up on the internet, we'll help you sell it. Okay, literally like the first website on the internet that allowed a home seller to connect to a home buyer by looking at pictures on.
Oh, he's going to bring up what places like Realtor and Zillow do. Oh no, and they're literally in court for some of the shit they pulled. Also, the entire corporation's buying houses as investment and driving up the entire purchase so that it becomes so expensive in an area that the people who do have it now have adjusted taxes that they can't pay on purpose. So they buy them for inflated rates that are still lower, and then they tank it when they want to buy it because they can just say, oh yeah, all these properties we have here only cost this much. We're just not going to accept anyone's bid for this price. Is this sounding illegal to you? It should, but it happens.
The internet of the house, and then they talk and meet in the middle. They go look at the house, they buy the fucking house, and then they don't have to give the real estate agent 6% of the value of their property. Wow, what a great idea. And then Zillow and Redfin and Realtor.com come along and they're like, hey, let's do the same exact thing. We'll make the website a little bit prettier and people can go on the internet and look, and then we're not going to connect them with the buyer. No. We're going to harvest their information and then turn around and sell that information to the real estate agent, and we're going to sell it to the real estate agent.
Oh, he's not even missing the best step where Zillow itself was buying houses because they're a corporation investing.
Agent for anywhere between.
I'm hypersimplifying that one. There was a lot more steps involved that were just annoying.
Like $500 and $1,000 per lead, and then that's going to get baked into the real estate agent cost, which is already 6%, but now it's going to be even more because they have to pay this extra fee, and we're going to raise the prices of houses all across the entire fucking country.
This is the worst.
Which is something that.
And again, the part is, it wasn't just that. They then started buying. I didn't think I'd go into detail on this, but we're going into the detail on this. Then Zillow specifically, I think the other might have been involved, but explicitly I know Zillow was involved, bought houses so that they could then hold them. So when people bought houses, they would have to charge for the prices that they said these houses, which aren't actually for sale, but they would say are for sale, are. So they would drive up housing costs that they controlled. So you're paying them directly. I should probably just shut up at some point, but I'm not going to, and I'll just keep thinking about this. Here's the thing. I'm ultra dumbing this down. The actual information is so much worse. Oh.
Craigslist totally could have done if they wanted to, but they were fine just making $5. Okay, do you understand?
This is basically telling me I should probably start using Craigslist more.
Craig literally gave you a way to circumvent having to pay real estate agents 6% of the value of your entire fucking house, and nobody likes using it because the user interface isn't pretty enough. It's insane.
Unironically, if someone volunteered to fix this up, make it a little prettier, it would probably kill the internet because it would just take all of their everything at this point. There's probably a payment from people and other companies just going like, hey, don't. Honestly. I wonder how many death threats from various corporations he's received, because this seems like the kind of extreme overreaction that sounds completely non-plausible I'd almost expect to see at this point.
Which, to be fair, I kind of understand. I mean, look at Craigslist. If it were any other website on the planet,
Kind of just looks like old eBay, which I'm fine with, but yeah.
besides Craigslist, you'd take one look at this and be like, that's a fucking scam. I mean, if we're being honest, Craigslist looks like it was made by a guy they hired off of Craigslist. You want to know why? Because that's exactly what happened.
Seriously?
1999, Jim's looking for a new employee,
Greg.
starts pulling up resumes on Craigslist, finds Jim Buckmaster, hires him. Dude's an absolute killer, comes in, starts expanding Craigslist into other big cities all across the United States, starts
it was only
adding
local.
all kinds of categories. He adds all the forums where you can have discussion, expanding their part of their social media. He starts adding all the different for sale sections where you can sell your used cars and everything else. He starts expanding absolutely everything. He even gives it its search engine. Yes, Craigslist had
didn't have a search engine
before Google even fucking existed.
Oh, so this is still really early then. Okay. He just said the times there, didn't he? I literally just missed that. It's right there. But that's,
basically came in and created the Craigslist that we have today, quickly became the CEO, and he gave us the glorious for sale section on Craigslist where people can go and sell all their shit or give away their shit for free. And guess what?
Wait, you do free shit? Sure, why not? Also, thank you very much, Cast 2. Here's something that happened a few days ago. SpaceX IPO of 1.8 trillion just launched, and it's being funded by the Gov using people's 401k funds. Realize that the dollar amount and the problem with that? Yeah. When everyone else realizes it's a bubble, it's too big to fail now. And apparently they were explicitly kept off, I think, the NASDAQ, because it would have required people invested in the NASDAQ, specifically the fund itself, to buy into it. Yeah, there's a crash coming. But everyone's just waiting for the investment capital to run out. So we'll find out what happens.
They're going to charge for it? Absolutely nothing. It's free. They were making enough money off of the real estate listings and the housing listings. I think they charge a certain fee if you're an actual car dealer selling your car, but if you're just a private person trying to sell your car, it's free. Everything else is free. You want to sell anything else on the internet like that, you're going to be paying a subscription fee and they're going to charge you a percentage. You want to sell your stuff on Shopify? Congratulations. You're paying me X amount.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that. I tried doing Shopify briefly. Oh, it was a bitch, mostly because I did it wrong and got confused and accidentally deleted something I needed, and then it didn't work.
Amount of dollars a month no matter what, and I'm taking like a 2 to 3% flat rate of everything you sell. Same thing with Etsy, same thing with eBay, same thing with Amazon. You're giving them a percentage cut of everything you sell. Craigslist, free. Buh! Facebook Marketplace is free too, and it does the same thing. Buh!
Facebook though. Facebook. Do we need to go into that one? Oh.
Is it free, or does it come at the cost of having to give Mark Zuckerberg all your personal information so he can turn around and sell it? And now,
No. This is something I got brought to court for. It wasn't just yours. If you had Facebook installed, not accessed, installed on a device like a phone, and you contacted someone, they're going to harvest their data too. You know, Facebook, the thing that a lot of people actually had automatically installed on their phones, so it would be there. And if you uninstall it, it still counted as having installed it, because as far as they were concerned, that would do it. So they would then start harvesting your data because you had it installed, so you agreed to their terms of service, even though it came with the phone. And then if someone else contacted you, they'd harvest theirs as well, because they agreed to contact you and they agreed to let you harvest because you agreed to it when you bought the phone. Did you know that? No. Yeah. I'm simplifying this, but a lot less than some of the other ones.
Oh. He knows that you drive a 1997 clapped out Toyota Camry, and he's going to hyper target you with ads 24/7. Not to mention...
To be fair, though, if you have a Toyota, it probably still works fine now. They just last unless you do something stupid like me and decide to hit a pothole that pops everything.
And you can go to Craigslist anonymously. There's no tracking. You don't have an account. There's no profile. You can just literally get the dude's email or phone number and call him and be like, hey, are you selling that Toyota Camry? I'd like to come see it. Great. You go there, you give him cash, you take the Camry, you fuck off, and you have a great day.
Yeah. Driving your... Wait, what does that say? Clapped out Camry after getting a deal on Craigslist. Oh, yeah, it's the theme song. Spaceballs, I know that one. I have no idea what that clip is from, though.
I need to know that guy's name. He doesn't need to know my name. I give him money. I buy the car. I leave. That's the end of the story. Or I could do...
I mean, as long as you get the title, it does work out. You have to pay the fees on your end, which are legally required, but depending on the state, it's more bullshit. Yeah.
...it on Facebook Marketplace, and then he gets curious, and he decides to click on my profile, and now he knows what I look like, he knows what my wife and kids look like, he knows my last name, he knows where I work, he knows all kinds of personal information about me, and just, no thank you. It's completely unnecessary. Craig did it first, he did it for free, and he did it better. Speaking of clapped out Toyotas, Jim Buckmaster, when he was adding all these extra features and forums and discussion things on Craigslist, decided that he had a good idea. He was going to take the best, funniest posts in Craigslist history from all across the world, and he was going to archive them in the best of
Really? Oh, I didn't know about that.
Craigslist section, and the funniest fucking ad of all time is in there.
What?
For a Toyota Corolla.
What?
The listing name is 1999 Toyota Corolla. Fine as fuck. You want a car that gets the job done? You want a car that's hassle-free? You want a car that literally no one will ever compliment you on? Well, look no further. The 1999 Toyota Corolla. Let's talk about the features. Bluetooth.
Nope.
Sunroof.
Nope.
Nope. Fancy wheels.
Nope.
Nope. Rear view camera. But it's got...
And to be fair, that one is actually very nice. If only because I've had issues with people running behind me who are tiny and I can't see out of the back window. And there's cars on either side of me. I go very slow, and sometimes it's an issue. I haven't hit anyone, and I'm very glad for that. But dear God, man. Like, sometimes I'm literally considering asking my wife can just stand in the back of the car and block people.
A transparent rear window, and you've got a fucking neck that can turn. Let me tell
Thank you for assuming I have motion. That's about as far as it goes.
tell you a story. One day my Corolla started making a strange noise. I didn't give a shit and ignored it. It went the fuck away.
The end.
You can take the engine out of this car, drop it off the Golden Gate Bridge, fish it out of the water 1,000 years later, put it in the trunk of the car, fill the gas tank up with Nutella, turn the key, and this puppy would fucking start right up.
God.
This car will outlive you. It will outlive your children. Things this car is old enough to do. Vote. Yes. Consent to sex. Yes. Rent a car. It is a car. This car's got history. It's seen some shit. People have done straight things in this car. People have done gay things in this car. It's not going to judge you like some fucking Volkswagen would. Interesting facts about this car. The car's exterior color is gray, but the interior is also gray. The owner's manual, oil is listed as optional. When this car was unveiled...
I'm sorry. They put oil as optional.
At the 1998 Detroit
Oh,
Auto Show,
God.
it caused all 2,000 attendees to spontaneously yawn. The
Yep.
resulting abrupt change of air pressure inside the building caused a partial collapse of the roof. 4 people died. The event was chronicled in the documentary Bored to Death, the story of the 1999 Toyota Corolla.
God.
You want to know more about this car? Great. I had my car fill out a Facebook survey. Favorite food, spaghetti. Favorite TV show, Alf. Favorite band, a tie between Bush and the Gin Blossoms.
Who?
This car is as practical as a Roth IRA. It's as middle of the road as your grandpa during his last silver alert. It's as utilitarian as
Oh my God.
a member of a church whose scripture is based entirely on water bills. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I ran the Carfax on this car. I got a single sheet of paper back that said it's a Corolla. It's fine. Let's face facts.
Oh God, that's gotta be the Okay, I see why this is the greatest ad on Craigslist ever. This is a piece of art, man. I want this framed on my wall.
This car isn't going to win any beauty contests, but neither are you. Stop lying to yourself and stop lying to your wife. This isn't the car you want. It's the car you deserve. The fucking 1999 Toyota Corolla.
I'm sold. Also, if you want to add those other features in, they're actually incredibly affordable, and there's car channels doing that all the time. It's like $400, and that's if you do the labor, or someone else does the labor. If you do it yourself, it's not that hard. It's for someone else, because I would never do it correctly because I would break something. But yeah,
I need to do a whole video of just the funniest Craigslist ads.
I would definitely watch that, because if this is the level we're looking at, I need this in my life.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting horribly sidetracked. Anyways, early 2000s, Craigslist is absolutely crushing it. People want them to IPO. They want them in the stock market. People want to invest, but Craig is...
Oh, I really, I mean, I know with how this story is going, they won't IPO, because that leads into a lot of, well, now you need to make more money. Make these concessions to unethical problems that definitely won't come back to bite you ever. Doesn't look like it, so yeah.
It's like, nah, I'm good. It's fine. I'm just going to keep owning it. This is working. I'm making a ton of money. I don't need to open it up to like investors, because then I'm going to be, you know, bound to make the investors more money. And then they're going to want me to turn around and start charging everybody to post.
Also, when he says he's bound, that's not a figurative thing. Like, legitimately in the law, you have a fiduciary duty to make sure to prioritize investor profits. If you do not do that, they can sue you, and they have grounds to do so. It is literally in the law to prioritize that. And if you don't, you better own the business and not be public, because that's the only way you can get away with it. Now, that's not to say private companies have to be ethical themselves. They could be just as scummy, but you're not bound by law to prioritize it instead. So yeah.
Things on Craigslist, and it ruins the entire spirit of why I started this business. No, I make enough money. I don't need to be an evil tech billionaire. Just no. He literally...
Costco and Arizona iced tea? I think the joke is that these are the not evil ones, but this is Wolf of Wall Street, so maybe I'm missing the reference here. Also, considering I've never seen this movie, I have absolutely no desire to see this movie, because I know who the Wolf of Wall Street is, IRL, and how he, I think, has got back into business somehow. Yeah, he's out of jail. Mixed messages.
He literally gets told by investment bankers and venture capital people that if he would just IPO and allow outside investors to come in, he could make $11 billion. And
Also, if you're interested in the people who would have been these investment bankers, one of them owned an island off of Florida. If you know where I'm going with this one, yeah, that's the kind of thing he was invested in. And Peter Thiel, who also liked to talk to said island owner after the convictions, specifically about things like loot boxes, and talking to Bobby Kotick about it, because he wanted to make sure to re-emphasize how important they were. You're welcome.
he's like, don't care. In his own words, and I quote, "It didn't bother me because my moral compass was set in Sunday school."
Damn.
At which point, all of the venture capitalists and all of these people came out of the woodwork, and they're like, wow, Craig is a great guy. We're going to leave him alone forever. No, I'm just kidding.
They tried to destroy him, didn't they?
eBay tries to buy him out. He says no. And then eBay brute forces their way in. One of the first employees for Craigslist got paid in equity, and he owned like 25% of the company. And he was disgruntled because he obviously wanted to sell out and make billions of dollars, and Craig wasn't going to let him. So he turned around and sold his 25% share in Craigslist to eBay for $32 million.
I mean, what? A lot of money too. That is legal. If you pay people in shares, they have shares. And this is one of the ways companies can buy out competitors.
To be fair, there is several different accounts. That's one account. The other account is that both Jim and Craig and this disgruntled employee all banded together and sold eBay 28.4% of the company for $32 million. And that the reason that Craig allowed it was basically to offload this disgruntled guy that was already upset. And he saw there may be some strategic value with eBay. And allegedly eBay had made a bunch of promises that they weren't going to try to change Craigslist.
On the one hand, they don't have a controlling share. On the other hand, if they just buy it out from other people. Yeah, those promises better be in writing. If they're verbal, if there's no enforcement to them, if eBay ever gets rich enough where they could just say, fuck it, we're going to break our contract and screw you over in the process, and you don't have the money to hold us in court because we can literally just do this until you're impoverished. That's a thing. Games Workshop does that strategy a lot.
Regardless of which one of those two scenarios it was, eBay comes in, they're now a board member sitting on the board because they have this huge share of Craigslist, and they immediately start trying to change Craigslist so they can make a ton of more money. And
oh, wow. Shocking that they did the thing they promised they wouldn't do because profit. I am completely flabbergasted here. This is beyond understandable. On the other hand, this entire video is beyond understandable because it's actually just moral, well done business that's not excessively greedy, and I'm kind of blown away by this, so I'm okay with this. Yeah,
Greg, not having that shit. Absolutely not.
You gonna get away with it? Not up in here.
Greg and Jim.
Not up in here.
So because eBay couldn't make Craig utilize Craigslist to make more money and exploit people, they turned around, and because they were sitting on the board, they had access to all this private personal data, because Craigslist to this day is still a private company. We don't actually know how much money they make. These are all like projections and hearsay.
Yeah.
So they're super private about all their information and their internal workings. So they gather up all this information and then turn around and start a website called Kijiji, which is a knockoff of Craigslist that now dominates Canada. Obviously.
Really? Really? That's just Canada. That seems like they're kind of shooting lower there, because if Craigslist still has America, then that's still bigger than Canada. I've never even heard of it either. Granted, I'm also not Canadian, so that might be the thing.
Craig's pretty pissed off about this, and he needs to get them off the board so they don't have access to this.
Actually, if they use specific information they got due to their own access to Craigslist itself because of their membership, and then they started a separate company to compete with them, they might have grounds to sue internally, because depending on the wording of any contracts they have, that could be in there. Granted, it's all private. I have no idea what they're in there. And also, you'd have to hire a lawyer. And considering Craigslist is generally pretty affordable and thrifty, I'm not even sure they would have that on staff.
Information, so he ends up diluting their shares below 25%. That way they no longer have their board seat and they can't have this information anymore. Problem solved. eBay turns around and sues him because of it. He turns around and sues eBay for giving away his personal information.
Oh, he actually did sue them. So he definitely lawyered up then.
And creating competitors, and it turns into this enormous legal battle that ultimately resolves with Craig buying back all the equity from eBay. And that's it.
Oh shit, he actually got it back. Not bad. Also, Nikism, I've never heard of Canada. Nope, never heard of it. What is it? Also, for everyone wondering about the goal ending, that just means I'll start another one. I'd set it to infinite time. We have about 4 more though.
The rest is history. Craigslist to this day is still the exact same thing that it was back in the early 2000s.
I think I just need to start using Craigslist
identical.
more.
Craigslist still looks like it was designed by a guy they hired off of Craigslist because
they
it
did.
was. There's no algorithms that select the best post and rank them higher.
Oh,
There's no way
dude.
to pay money to get your post ranked higher. It's just, we're going to post it chronologically, and however you posted it, that's the order it's going up on the website. We haven't hired psychologists and business majors to figure out and construct a way to keep you on the platform as long as possible, to try to force you to digest as many ads as possible for us to make more money. No,
Facebook.
You go to Craigslist, you get the information you want, you leave Craigslist, you go meet a stranger, you buy a couch for $40, and you blow it the
I'm sorry. It was only $40? unironically, I need to do Craigslist. Like, a couch is fine, but $40, that is a nice deal. I don't care who you are. Like, it could be infested at that point. It's like, it's probably cheaper to clean the thing and maybe light it on fire to clean it, then reupholster it, than to buy a new couch at that point.
Fuck up with Tannerite because this is America. Craigslist is literally the predecessor for social media, finding houses online, buying used cars online, online forums, literally everything you use the internet for. Craigslist came up with and pioneered that shit and offers almost all of it to you to this day for free.
Sounds good to me.
Craig could have
I have no
literally
idea
been
what movie
an
that
evil
is.
tech
No, seriously, I know it's an Adam Sandler movie. I don't remember which one it is.
trillionaire. He could have been the guy running Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin. He could have ran in
Pretty sure a few of those guys were indicted. I think they probably got off, but I think I've heard some of them were no, not indicted. They're investigated, I think. Yeah.
Indeed, Glassdoor, Facebook, Instagram, X, all that money all these companies have made, that could have been him, but he would have had to fuck you over to do it, and he wasn't willing to do it, and he just decided, you know what? Hundreds of millions of dollars is enough. I'm gonna be a good person. And that is why Craigslist is the best and arguably the most important website of all time. Thank you for watching. Best
Holy
way to support
shit.
the channel is go buy some merch, maybe drink some Echelon. All that's available over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
God damn. You know what? I said there was a 1 in 5 chance this is going to be the happy video where I'm not going to be absolutely horrified about things actually happening in real life that I didn't know about. And we got that 1 in 5 chance. I think this is amazing. Craigslist for the win. I need to unironically start using it also because holy shit, he got a couch for $40. I don't care how old that time process happened. That was absurd 10 years ago, let alone now. Hell, I think it would have been absurd 20 years ago because I know for a fact. I don't know for a fact because I wasn't buying 20 years ago. I still wouldn't have been buying. I think, what was that? Yeah, that'd be 2006. I was not buying a couch at that point. I was looking into buying shoes and they still feel too expensive. Yeah, but just... It's such a weird feeling to go into a Fat Electrician video and end it with something along the lines of, and then good things happened, and even though people tried to fuck it up, it works. Good job, Craigslist. That's just cool. Basically what I'm saying is if you haven't already, there's a link below to the original video. Hit it up. And if you have any like crazy Craigslist stories, let me know because right now I'm kind of wondering just how crazy this gets. Nice. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.